What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 218, and we start today's episode off with a scout report, and we rejected all of those players, and also we got some tournament prize money. Of course, in the last episode, we beat Real Madrid in the Champions League round of 16, so we got a few £1,000,000 for progressing to the quarterfinals, so very, very pleased with that. And we also have a couple of World Cup qualifiers with England, and as per usual, we do simulate them. I actually read a few comments from people over the past few episodes saying I don't have as many English players as I usually do when I manage an English team. That is true, but it's because as you look at this English team, if you look at the first 11 I put out there, most of those players we've owned at some stage in the series, either for West Brom or right now with Arsenal. And there are players out there which are, getting older, getting, more advancing in their years, I guess. And there's a lack of young English talent in the game right now. The ones that we own, like Sarr and Myrie Williams and Odi Barjo, I guess, players like that are currently in our team, but they're not good enough to play in the first 11. So I do take the point that we do have less of an amount of English players as I used to have in my squads in career mode, at least certainly in the West Bromwich Albion, the West Bromwich Albion part of this series. But it's mainly because the best English players are currently in their advancing years, which I don't really want to sign. The others we've already had before playing for West Bromwich Albion. I don't particularly want to sign them back, so I don't want to sign too many former players. And the young talent, there's just not enough of it right now. So that's basically why that is. But I thought I'd just address that because I try and address to some of the comments I get every now and then. And also we take on Norwich for the first game of today's episode here as we travel to Carrow Road to take on Norwich. Obviously really fancying our chances coming into this game. And the first chance would fall to us as well in the 4th minute as Mbanyang receives the ball here and goes through the left-hand side. Quick little roulette to beat his man. A good shot, but it's a brilliant save by Rudd. And it is cleared away by Norwich. But a great chance here again as Niang once again goes down left-hand side. He loses control of the ball, but it comes to Danny Welbeck. Welbeck finds Lazari, who turns Declan Rudd and ends up just putting the ball into the open goal and makes it Norwich 0, Arsenal 1. So the perfect start to this game. Niang should have scored his opportunity, but didn't. But Lazari wasn't going to miss his chance, and he does make it Norwich 0, Arsenal 1. So we take the lead in this game. Lazari with the goal, and Niang and Lazari as a strike partnership been absolutely fantastic this season. But Lazari's always felt like he's been playing in Niang's shadow because Niang's just been blitzing and scoring so many goals. But that's his 14th goal of the Premier League season. That's still very, very solid, for a player who's mainly a support striker, really. So it is 1-0 to Arsenal. It could have been 2-0 in the 15th minute, but Declan Rudd once again has to make a very good save and keep it at 1-0. So the Norwich goalkeeper knew he was going to be in for a busy afternoon, and it was certainly showing. That header from Ramsey ends up hitting the bar, and then Rudd catches the rebound. So there was relentless pressure from Arsenal right from the off, and another great chance here as Danny Welbeck turns his man and finds him by Niang. Niang gives it to Kevin Savanier here. Savanier fake shots around Martin and keeps hold of the ball. Doesn't really know where to go, so cross-fields it towards Serge Gnabry. He flicks it backwards towards Callum Chambers, our right back. He plays it inside, and as we keep hold of the ball just about, Gnabry takes it around his man, plays it inside towards Lazari. First time strike with the right foot, puts it past Rudd, and it's Norwich 0, Arsenal 2. So the second goal of the game for the little Italian, and we are 2 goals up here, 23 minutes in, and no disrespect to Norwich, but you couldn't really see them getting back into the game on the basis of how we'd started this game. It was a really, really fast start. We're already 2 goals up and looking very, very good indeed. So Norwich 0, Arsenal 2, now 15 goals for the season for Lazari. Very nice indeed. And just a couple minutes later, it could have been 3-0. Welbeck finds Mbanyang going through 1-on-1. Is he going to finish? Well, I was talking about Niang's goal scoring this season being incredible. You'd put your life on him to score that goal, but you'd lose your life because he puts the ball wide. So still Norwich 0, Arsenal 2. And in the 35th minute, as Norwich cleared the ball away for a throw-in here, Lazari gives it to Serge Gnabry, chests it down, back heels it towards Callum Chambers, Chambers with a first-time cross into the area, and Mbanyang makes up for that poor miss with a wonderful header, puts it past Rudd, and makes it Norwich 0, Arsenal 3. So Niang is just like the complete forward, man. He really is. He's just so effective. Set pieces, normal finishing, normal shots, headers as well. Absolutely wonderful looping header. And, Declan Rudd, who's having a, to be honest, he's actually having a pretty decent half, made a couple of great saves already. Had already conceded 3 goals now as Mbanyang picks up his 30th goal in the Premier League season. Crazy. So Norwich 0, Arsenal 3 going into the break, and it was going to be our win. We knew that really at half time. But in the second half here, Norwich almost got themselves back in the game. Ricky van Wolfswinkel's shot, well saved by Chris Hinson, cleared away. But not much happened then until the 71st minute as Odi Barjo off the bench sprints down the left-hand side, takes it around Martin. He's never going to catch up. Wonderful little show of pace by Odi Barjo, drills in a cross, and how about that? That could have been one of the funniest own goals ever. Thankfully for that Norwich defender, though, it does hit the bar and it's cleared away. So still Norwich 0, Arsenal 3. And one of the final chances fell here in the 76th minute. We had a free kick. Kevin Savanier drills it in, and Ryo Miyaichi, who comes off the bench, puts it past the goalkeeper and makes it 4-0 to Arsenal. So it's going to be a comprehensive victory for Arsenal. We won the last game against Swansea in the FA Cup by 3-0. Now to win this one by presumably a 4-0 scoreline. That's 7 goals in 2 games, two clean sheets as well. Very nice indeed for 2 different goalkeepers too, Szczesny and Ince. Everything looking really, really good right now. It really is. And with this Arsenal team, I've mentioned before, we've had our struggles. We've had our times where we've been looking not good enough to win Premier League titles and Champions League titles and the type of stuff we want to win with this Arsenal team. But in this game, we really were good. And yes, I take the point, we're taking on a Norwich side who aren't going to be the best and aren't going to be the strongest. But even so, a really dominant display. And our attacking prowess, man, is just absolutely crazy. There are so many players in this team, not just Niang and Lazari, that can score goals whenever we need them to. And, we're just such a force whenever going forward, and from any opportunity. But still, we take on Barcelona here for the second and final game of today's episode as we travel to the Camp Nou or Nou Camp, whichever way you say it, away in Spain. So taking on Barcelona here in the Champions League quarterfinals. Of course, we took on the other side in the El Clasico rivalry, Real Madrid, in a round of 16 and beat them by 5-2 on aggregate. Whether this one was going to be as, convincing for us, I guess, I wasn't really too sure, but it was going to be a strong lineup for us, of course, because in the Champions League, yes, every now and then I rest a lot of players for it, but, now we're into the business end of the competition. We need to keep on playing those first 11 players, and the first chance did fall to us as well in the 4th minute as Lazari holds the ball up and finds Niang, but Courtois makes a very good save and Barcelona do clear the ball away. And the second chance also fell to us in the 21st minute with some nice passing here. Mathieu Debuchy finds Mesut Ozil. Ozil spreads it out wide towards Luke Garbett. Garbett takes it round Christian Teo with a fake shot, keeps hold of the ball here, didn't want to give the ball away because Barcelona is so good at retaining possession and making you chase shadows. And the ball comes into Ozil here. Ozil finds Unlu, and Unlu's strike is brilliantly saved by the Belgian goalkeeper and turned behind for a corner. So still 0-0 in this game, but we had the first couple of chances. In the 38th minute though, Barcelona almost got themselves back on level terms. Debuchy had to get in the way of this header here and turn it behind for a corner, and from that resulting corner, Rakitic, the Croatian, ends up swinging in across towards the centre, looks for Christian Teo. It's not really dealt with as Ozil heads the ball away. It comes to Jordi Alba. Alba takes it around his man and finds Iniesta. Iniesta shoots and Szczesny makes a brilliant save. So trying to rotate Szczesny and Ince right now, give them both game time to see which goalkeeper I like better coming into the late season, and Szczesny makes a brilliant save there and keeps it at 0-0. And in the 42nd minute here, Martin Montoya is on the ball for Barcelona down the right hand side, tries to get it inside towards Neymar, does succeed on a second attempt, picks out Jordi Alba at the far post, and Alba, his header ends up hitting the woodwork and going behind for a goal kick. So still 0-0 in an action-packed first half, and on the stroke of half time, Niang beats Mangala with a Berber spin, cuts inside and shoots, and he also hits the woodwork, ends up hitting the post, and Barcelona get the ball away. So surprisingly so, going into the break, it was still 0-0, but so many chances for both sides, and from the resulting throw in, Lazari crosses the ball in, Niang wins the header and puts it just wide of the post. So the half-time score was Barcelona 0, Arsenal 0, and in the second half, you would have predicted there to be just as much action in the first half, but there was really nothing until the 79th minute. It was still goalless when Christian Teo did actually put the ball in the back of the net for Barcelona to make it 1-0. Thankfully for us though, the number 30 has the misfortune of seeing the linesman put his flag up for offside, and this was very, very tight. A lovely ball inside, but we stepped up just on time with Debuchy. So not as tight as I thought it was, but we stepped up on time with Debuchy and kept it at Barcelona 0, Arsenal 0. So Teo's goal, rightfully so, disallowed for offside, and from the free kick here we work our way up the pitch with our right back Debuchy finding Santi Cazorla. Cazorla takes it around his man with Ronaldo chop, plays a brilliant ball inside towards Niang, who takes it around Mangala, the last man, with a ball roll, and Mbaye Niang makes it Barcelona 0, Arsenal 1 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go. So Mbaye Niang scores, it's 1-0 to the Gunners, and we are absolutely delighted with it because there was about to be just, not a controller getting smashed into the wall when Barcelona scored that disallowed goal, but I was certainly really frustrated to know that we actually had a pretty good game here at the Camp Nou, but we just couldn't find the opening goal of the game. I thought if Barcelona won, it would be pretty harsh on us, but instead the goal was disallowed for offside, and from the free kick we work our way up the pitch, great ball towards Niang, and Mbaye Niang, once he took it round his man, I just had so much confidence in our French forward to score, and he did. So Barcelona 0, Arsenal 1, we do take the lead late on in this massive Champions League tie here. Just a few minutes later though, Barcelona come forward with Martin Montoya down the left hand side here. He crosses the ball in towards Neymar at the far post, and Szczesny fumbles the cross. He can only palm it away towards Jordi Alba. It's played inside. Lassie off the bench finds Christian Teo, and he just had a goal disallowed for a few minutes ago for offside. They're not talking this one away from him. It's a totally legitimate goal, and Barcelona do equalise. And again, I'll say it, Szczesny, I've given the guy chances, and he just keeps on making mistakes. It's a simple float across. You are 6'4", 5'5", you are strong, you got a good jump on you. You gotta palm the ball away further than that, man, seriously. Or if nothing else, at least try and catch the ball. I don't mind you punching the ball away, but at least make clean connection. In my opinion, that's a mistake by Szczesny. In the 90th minute, though, he did make a save there to keep it at 1-1. A pretty routine one, though, in all fairness. And the game did finish Barcelona 1, Arsenal 1. So we'll still have the upper hand going to the Emirates Stadium, as we do have the away goal. So a goalless draw would see us through at the Emirates. Not that we will be playing for it, but we're still frustrated to know we were a couple minutes away from a big win in Barcelona, and sadly we did throw it away. But that is going to end the episode. So as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.